Each morning is a blank page. Before the noise of the world creeps in, before you check your phone, your emails, or the news, pause. Ask yourself, what am I trying to achieve today? Not just what you need to do, but what you truly want from this day. When you begin your day with clarity, you give yourself direction. Without clarity, your energy scatters. You become reactive instead of proactive. But when you take just a few minutes to define your goals, your priorities, and your purpose, everything begins to align. Start by asking 3 simple questions. What is my most important goal right now? What is one thing I can do today to move closer to it? Why does it matter to me? When your mind has a target, it organizes your thoughts, your actions, and even your energy toward it. You become focused, intentional, purpose-driven. Clarity also creates confidence. When you know where you're going, doubts lose their power. You stop hesitating. You stop comparing. You move with a quiet certainty because you're not just living by chance, you're living by choice. Purpose isn't something you stumble upon, it's something you create by deciding what truly matters and acting on it daily. So before the day takes over, take ownership of it. Define your path, even if it's just one meaningful action. Start with clarity, and you won't just get through the day, you'll build something from it. Everything in your life, your results, your progress, your happiness begins to change the moment you decide to take full responsibility, not partial responsibility, not responsibility when it's convenient, but full, unwavering responsibility for who you are, and where you're going. This isn't about blaming yourself, because the truth is, as long as you believe that someone else is in control, your boss, your past, the economy, your circumstances, you've already surrendered your power. When you say, I am responsible, you take back the steering wheel of your life. You stop waiting for permission. You stop hoping someone else will change so things get better. You become the cause, not the effect. This mindset shift separates the successful from the average. People who win in life don't waste time pointing fingers. They ask, what can I do about it? And then they do it. This level of ownership is uncomfortable at first. It forces you to confront your habits, your excuses, and your patterns. But it also opens a door to transformation. Because if you created it, you can change it. If you allowed it, you can stop it. If you're in charge, then nothing is outside your reach. This is the foundation of all personal growth. Once you stop outsourcing your results, you stop waiting and start moving. And once you move, momentum takes over. And from that momentum, new levels of life begin to unfold. Every day presents you with a list of tasks, distractions, and demands. But not all tasks are created equal. There's always that one thing, the big, difficult, uncomfortable task you keep putting off that has the power to move your life forward more than anything else. First, because the longer you delay it, the heavier it becomes, the more it drains your focus, your energy, and your confidence. Successful people don't avoid their frogs. They go straight at them. They identify the most important task, the one that will make the biggest impact, and they tackle it before anything else. That's ruthless prioritization. It means not just doing things right, but doing the right things. The things that align with your goals, that build your momentum, that push your boundaries. When you eat the frog first, everything after that feels lighter, easier, more manageable. You gain clarity because you're no longer weighed down by avoidance or procrastination. It's not about being busy, it's about being effective. You could check 10 easy things off your list and still be nowhere closer to where you want to be. Or you could face the hard thing head on and shift the trajectory of your entire day. That choice, made consistently, becomes the habit that transforms results. Every morning, ask yourself, what is the one thing I've been avoiding that I know I need to do? Then do it. No drama, no delay, just disciplined, focused action. That's how you win the morning. And when you win the morning, you take control of your life. Your mind is like a garden. What you plant is what grows. And every morning you have a choice to feed it with doubt, fear, negativity, or to nourish it with focus, strength, and optimism. The first thoughts you allow into your mind each day will shape the tone, the energy, and the quality of everything that follows. That's why it's essential to start your day by feeding your mind with something that lifts you up rather than weighs you down. It could be a few pages from a powerful book, a motivational podcast, a moment of quiet reflection, or a simple affirmation that reminds you who you are and what you're capable of. Most people begin their day with noise, scrolling through social media, checking messages, or absorbing the latest headlines. But this kind of consumption often brings chaos instead of clarity. It conditions your mind to react rather than to create. And if you let negativity in first thing, you become more solution-oriented, more resilient, more focused. What you allow into your mental space every morning is not a small thing. It builds your mindset, and your mindset drives your behavior. Just like you wouldn't fuel your body with junk before a big race, you shouldn't fuel your mind with toxic input before a meaningful day. Choose thoughts, messages, and inputs that reinforce your goals, your values, and your potential. Over time, this small, intentional habit will rewire how you respond to challenges, how you see yourself, and how you lead your life. Discipline is the foundation of all achievement. It's not about motivation or inspiration. Those come and go. Discipline is about doing what needs to be done, especially when you don't feel like doing it. Every successful person you admire, it's choosing to focus when distractions tempt you. It's showing up every single day, even when no one is watching and no immediate rewards are in sight. Consistency gives discipline its power. Anyone can do the right thing once, but it's the repetition that creates results. It's the daily effort, the small improvements, the refusal to quit. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent, because with every disciplined choice you make, you build momentum. You gain confidence. You prove to yourself that you're in control. And when you stay consistent, your habits become automatic. They stop feeling like effort and start feeling like identity. Most people overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can accomplish in a year of disciplined, consistent action. Big goals aren't achieved in bursts of activity. They're earned through steady, intentional effort. Day after day, step by step. That's how transformation happens, not by waiting for the right mood or the perfect timing, but by committing to the process no matter what. Discipline and consistency aren't exciting, but they are unstoppable. They are the quiet forces behind every extraordinary result. Before you step into your day, remember this. You are not a bystander in your own life. You are the author. Begin with clarity so your steps have direction. Take full responsibility so your power stays in your hands. Prioritize what matters most and tackle it with courage. Protect your mind like it's sacred ground, because it is. And above all, act with discipline and consistency, because greatness is not built in a moment, but in repeated moments done right. You don't need more time. You don't need perfect conditions. What you need is the decision to lead your day instead of letting your day lead you. So take this moment right now and decide, today I move with purpose. Today I own my actions. Today I show up like the future depends on it, because it does.